Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to film a very fun video. As you can see, I am completely barefaced right now. I even have Regina, Georgina, Serena, they're all with me today. See these lovelies? I don't know, what do I want to call this one? Belina, okay. I've got a lot of those. So perfect day for me to be loading on tons and tons of stage makeup onto my face is the day that I'm already breaking out. Yay! Okay, but for real, I asked over on Instagram and I had 4 options. I said, I would like to do a Halloween makeup tutorial for you guys. What are you looking to see? And those 4 options were Beetlejuice, a cute deer, and let's see, a Bride of Frankenstein, or a sugar skull. And of all 4 options, over 50% of you voted for sugar skull. It was like an overwhelming number compared to the other ones that everyone wanted to see sugar skull. So we're gonna take my face from this to this. Here I have some little tattoos, and this is just kind of my inspiration board. And then I have a couple different products here. I have a sort of bluish white tinted liquid makeup. This is going to be basically my foundation for this look. I then have a bunch of cream makeups. I have some of these I've used before. Some of them are new. These ones are MAC that I just kind of depotted into here. These ones are just like a theater brand, Ben Nye. And I have a bunch of different colors, some more colors here. And then I have some paint brushes. These are literally just typical arts and crafts paint brushes. And I actually have a couple more that I will be using too. I'll also be using some makeup brushes, but when you're doing this kind of theatrical makeup, you want to kind of use some paint brushes to be able to do detail work. I also have a bunch of non-latex sponges. These will be really good for buffing and for adding on big amounts of color, especially for adding on the liquid makeup. And then I have some glitter. I have some liquid aqua glitter by Ben Nye. This is a theater brand. I also have some fantasy, this is just a regular kind of loose glitter that I can use too, because a lot of these looks do have like glitter or gems. This is Skin Prep by Meyers. Oh no, is this a Meyers product? Yeah, it is. Okay, this is Skin Prep by Meyers. And this is really wonderful anytime you're going to be like sweating a lot, or if you're going to be wearing like a lot of makeup like this, you want to throw on this. It will kind of tone and help you from sweating. I sometimes use this on brides who are really sweaty too. And this one is Meyers Anti-Shine, and this is really great for anyone that has oily areas, and it's especially good underneath stage makeup, especially when you're going to be under stage lights that are very, very hot and will make you sweat and make you get really, really shiny. And so this will help kind of create a barrier between your skin and the makeup. I also have one of these little handy dandy guys. I haven't decided yet if I'm going to use it, but it really just helps with texture. It's just like a little kind of sponge, and if you want to create any kind of textured look, this is really helpful. It's great if you're doing like a zombie look or something like that, or Beetlejuice. This would be really good for. I also just have like a couple of these simple makeup crayons. Look, guys, I'm not above getting some cheap makeup stuff when it comes to costume stuff. These will work just as well as something else for one night. Like, it's not that big of a deal if you use something cheap like that. I have this Marc Jacobs black eyeliner that is running really low, and so I decided that if I want to use it today, I can, depending on what kind of detail marks I want to do. Setting powder, this is going to be super important. Later on, when I'm finishing it up, setting powder with a makeup look like this is a lot different than setting powder with a typical makeup look. You don't want to just do like a light brushing of this. You want to pack this on your face like your life depends on it. This Urban Decay Electric. And so there's a lot of really good neons and great colors in there for adding powders on as well. I have this kind of like white shimmer powder. I also have this white Inglot waterproof gel eyeliner. This stuff stays forever, and it's really great if you want to do any kind of color. You just do a white line and then take powder and put it on top. So if I want to brighten anything up, I want to put that underneath it. I'm going to be using with my setting powder. The thing about putting setting powder on, so I'm going to literally like pack this up with makeup. And when you'll see me apply later, I'm going to literally like roll it on my face and like put a ton of powder on top of the liquid makeup to set and hold everything. So you'll see me do that later, but I just kind of want to warn you, it's going to look crazy, but it's going to be great. So, all right, at this point, I think we are ready to rock and roll. Let's get started. Okay, guys, I'm ready to go with my Mom Life Makes Me Un Poco Loco Sugar Skull t-shirt on and everything. And I wanted to preface with, I am a professional makeup artist. I do makeup for hair and makeup actually for brides, for weddings. I do not do theatrical makeup on the regular. So if my practices aren't what your normal theatrical beauty vlogger does, you'll just have to forgive me, but this is what I learned in school and the things that I've applied for any of my actual costumes and theatrical makeup that I've done for myself in the past. And with that being said, let's get straight into it. Okay, so first and foremost, you're gonna wanna prep your skin. The first thing that I'm going to be doing, I already have moisturizer on my skin, but the first thing I'm gonna be doing is using a facial spray. This is the aloe version of a skin prep spray that a lot of people use this brand, Mario Badescu, but this is like the aloe and cucumber version. Any of them are good. The rosewater one is great. A lot of people recommend the rosewater one. I just don't prefer the scent of it, so I tend to use this scent. Just go ahead and dry it off. Yep. It wouldn't be Halloween without some bat wings. Okay, so once you've done that, then you can do your other two skin preps for this sort of routine. One is actually called Skin Prep. This is the Meyers basically anti-sweat type of thing. And what I like to do, you can apply it with a cotton ball, which is fine, but I like to apply it with a little sponge. So just pour a little bit on there. I prep it with a little bit of water so that it's more ready to absorb. And just put it on all the spots where you might be sweating when you wear your makeup. You don't need to put it on the perimeter or anywhere where you're dry or usually. Just usually T-zone area is fine. Okay, and then you can actually, don't waste things, just continue to use the same sponge until it's got a color on it that you can't reuse it. So now I'm gonna pour a little bit of this anti-shine, squeeze a little bit on there. That's actually probably more than I'm going to need to use, but just a little bit to kind of go over the pores. Any of their areas where you have like really big pores, you're gonna wanna use this. This is not a product that you're gonna wanna use every day. But something like this will really mess up your skin if you use it every day, by the way. This is definitely something you only use on certain occasions like Halloween makeup, stage makeup, or like a big day, like a wedding if you're a super shiny person. But I really don't recommend using this every single day. So I think I'm gonna be doing kind of like a neon color scheme. I asked a couple of my YouTube mama friends and they recommended doing kind of like a fun neon scheme. So we're gonna see where it takes us. First things first, what you wanna do is start with a base. So try and remember like how makeup works is, whatever color you put underneath is going to blend into the colors on top of it. So you're gonna wanna start with like your super light base colors first, and then you're gonna wanna build up to your darker colors. You never wanna put black on first, because if you put black on and then you try and like rub another color in, it's just gonna smear all over. So I'm gonna start with the liquid, this Meyers liquid makeup. And this is in, let's see, I'm sure there's a shade on here. Moonlight White, 19B Moonlight White. And so this is kind of almost like a very light blue whitish color, and so I think it'll be a really good start for a skull. I'm just gonna take that same sponge that we've been using. All it has is like the same products I already have on my face, and I'm going to apply this all over my entire face. Basically from about here on my chin, maybe only to here, depending on how I want to do it. And then up, kind of like an entire mask. So I'm gonna set this with my RCMA setting powder and a puff. And I'm just using the cap to a setting powder, an old setting powder dish. And I'm pouring a lot in. And then you take your puff and you're literally gonna squish it on in there. Okay, tap it off a little bit. And you're just going to roll it into the skin. And it's gonna feel so tight on your skin. Like your skin is gonna feel like very heavy. That's how you know you're doing it right. Just take a brush with nothing on it and just brush off the excess powder. I'm gonna go and pull the color Urban right here, and I might accentuate with Jilted. And these are from the Electric. Okay, and as you can see, I'm bringing it down really low. When you're doing like a contour on your face, you generally only want to bring it down to about the corner of your eye here, and I'm bringing it past that, but that's just because I really want to accentuate the look because it is a costume look. In typical makeup, you wouldn't want to bring it down this low. So now I'm pulling this Jilted color, which is the kind of pinker of the two colors, and I'm just kind of putting that on to blend it in and just make it a little bit spookier of a, kind of gives it more dimension to have two colors blended in. Okay, so now you have your second layer, which is your contour basically. Okay, so next I'm going to take these, which are MAC paint sticks that I have depotted into just like these little containers so they're easier for me to use. This one is High Def Cyan, and this one is True Chartreuse. So I'm gonna take these two colors and I'm going to work around the eye. So as inspiration, I have this little tattoo guy, and I'm gonna kind of do a similar looking thing to what he's got around his eye. So I'm taking just a paintbrush. Okay, so basically that's where the black circles are gonna go. That just gives us a guideline of where I'm gonna be painting. For this, I'm gonna be using a close-up mirror that I have here. Do the purple. You know, I've already got purple on the face. I just feel like it goes really well. Okay, so this is Cutest lip paint. Okay, so now I have my lip color on, and I'm going to set all of this color that's on my face, and then I'm going to start adding in black. So just like before, got some powder, got my puff. So I'm going to be using black mostly for the detail work that we are doing now. And I'm just gonna be kind of taking inspiration from a couple different ones of these tattoos that I have. Like I might do kind of a spider web design like how this one is. And we'll see how it turns out. Okay guys, look, here we go. We got big black circles. It's almost like what I look like when I wake up in the morning. Mom joke, sorry. Okay, a lot of these have like kind of swirly designs around here, so I'm just gonna try like a swirly design in the cheek, you know, hollow of the cheek. So we'll see how it turns out. Okay, so that's kind of cool, kind of different. I feel like a lot of them have flowers, so I'm gonna try and throw like a flower right here. Got my electric palette, got a clean paintbrush. You can also use an eyeshadow brush, whatever you want. I'm gonna that blue, the light blue up here and the green, which are Gonzo is the blue and Thrash is the green. Can you believe I almost forgot my nose? I'm gonna get some of that black cream and I'm going to paint basically a small upside down heart. That's all I'm doing. Got a powder. All right, so most of the black loses its, it ends up losing like its vibrance. So I'm gonna take a black eyeshadow. I'm gonna take a black eyeshadow and just kind of fill it in a little bit. Now I'm gonna take my black eyeliner and I'm just gonna do the waterline because that's pretty obvious right there. Now I wanna kind of accentuate the eyes a little bit. I wanna add a little bit of shine to them. So I'm gonna pull this turquoise color here, which is called Fringe, and I'm just gonna kind of put it on the corners of my eyes and a little bit up under the lid. Now to layer on top of that, I'm going to take the color Revolt, which is just like a shiny silver color, and layer that on top too. Showing up really well on camera, but it kind of adds like a sheen. Okay guys, what do you think? Here is the final product of my Sugar Skull look. Here are all of the details up close and personal. You'll have to let me know in the comments below if you think I nailed it or if I failed. And if you're trying this look out for yourself and I forgot to mention anything, please go ahead and ask me down in the comments below. I am more than willing to answer any of the questions that you may have. Okay guys, see you guys in the next one.